My name is Muwata Green, and I'm your host for the PlebeianView podcast. The PlebeianView podcast aims to be a leading voice in ideas in creating a fair and equitable world where all people are entitled to life, liberty, and happiness. Welcome to the PlebeianView, the first PlebeianView podcast for July 2021. As half of the year has passed already, a lot has been going on. Today, I'd like to talk about CRT. If you ever heard of the term, it's an acronym for Critical Race Theory, CRT. I'm going to talk about what it means, its origin, to help us all look at it, because it's coming up many times in politics and everything we listen to on the news. The right wing says CRT is a conspiracy theory. It's not true. It preaches hate. All the mistruths that they like to put out. Some of our own progressive people of color are confused about it too. So we're going to definitely talk about CRT, critical race theory. In order to understand CRT, critical race theory, let's look at the meaning of race as a social construct. The notion that race is a social construct essentially means that race has no scientific basis or biological reality. Instead, race as a way to differentiate between human beings is a social concept, a product of human thought that is intimately hierarchical. Of course, this does not mean that there are no physical or phenotype differences between people of different regions of the world. However, these differences make up a fraction of our genetic endowment. And to tell us anything about a person's intelligence, behavior, or moral capacity, in other words, has no behavioral or personality that is inherent to white, black, Asian, indigenous. So we have to understand that a social construct that really came about practically during the triangle slave trade, where in order to enslave other human beings and treated them like they treated the African people as slaves, that it created a social construct that looked at them as less as human beings. Out of that came white supremacy, dominant culture, and that continued until today, where we have this race as a social construct, but not a reality. As we come to an end of this PlebeianView for July, I want to give you a reference to do more reading and understanding yourself about CRT, critical race theory. And a book I recommended is A Critical Race Theory, An Introduction. It's written by Richard Delgado and Jean Stefanik, the book itself premise states that society frequently chooses to ignore these scientific truths, creates races, and endows them with pseudo-permanent characteristics, is of the greatest interest to critical race theory. And that's so important for us to understand. So there's plenty of information online about critical race theory. Google it, get more information, and we will continue to discuss it. But let nobody tell you that there's such a thing as race and that it's hate mongering. No, it's not. It's understanding the reality of science, which at the end of the day is going to lead human beings to where we have to go, whether in our reactionary mind and our emotions. As we say in the native tongue of Kiswahili, until we meet again, tuta anana. Stay well, stay healthy, and continue to read and educate yourself. Peace. Circling beneath the dark city that stagger on the coastline.